alphabetical order. You know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Peter.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P,
Peter.
Q, R, S.
Reflective listening is a tool used by crisis workers, mediators, and hostage negotiators to manage conflict and let the other person know that they have been heard and acknowledged. It requires some practice, but eventually it can become automatic and will be an extremely effective tool in your arsenal of conflict management skills. This skill is a lifesaver, literally. I've used it successfully in active hostage situations where guns and knives have been pulled, and situations where individuals of all cultural and all ethnic backgrounds were engaging in extreme and volatile behavior. It's one of the most adaptable skills in my entire toolbox. When people are angry or upset, they might yell or become forceful if they feel that they are not being heard. You should use reflective listening when someone is becoming escalated, is venting to you or at you, or they are very obviously emotional about something. If people don't feel heard, most likely they won't be willing to hear what you have to say in response. This makes it easier to get non-compliant people to become more pliable and ready to hear what you have to say. You shouldn't use reflective listening if someone is physically attacking you because it's too late at that point, or if they're just informing you about a factual situation like the weather. Reflective listening is effective because people often become escalated when they feel misunderstood or attacked. This skill shows the speaker that you are trying to perceive the world as they see it, and that you are doing your best to understand their messages. People often expect us to try to refute them or to argue against what they said. Instead, we're showing that we get where they're coming from. It can feel that we are agreeing even though we technically aren't. There are 3 parts to a reflective listening sentence. The starter, whatever feeling you think that they're experiencing or expressing, and the content of the basic summary of what is going on for them. None of the parts involve you giving advice. Most people want to vent anyhow. The starter that you use should reflect your own style of language. I often say things like, "It sounds like," "that must be," "that's gotta be," because that's how I normally speak. We don't want to sound mechanical or false, inauthentic when we use this technique. Otherwise, it loses its effectiveness. What feeling are they giving off? Are they angry that someone treated them unfairly? Did a coworker embarrass them? Do they believe you disrespected them in some way? Listen for it. And then you can say something like, "It sounds like you're frustrated because." If you get the feeling wrong, people will simply correct you. Just rinse and repeat. "I'm not hurt, I'm angry." Okay, yeah, that's gotta feel disrespectful when. This part is pretty easy. You can either keep it general when you paraphrase the content of their message and say something like, that happened to you, or that they treated you like that. Or you can get specific. "When my mother called you out in front of the entire family at Christmas dinner." Okay, now we're gonna put it all together, and I want you to give this a shot. "I'm gonna be a significant other pretending that I'm angry that you're busy. You know what? I feel like I'm always making time for you. I'm always available when you need me. But when I needed you for this, you weren't around." Yes, your immediate instinct might be to argue back and tell me why you were busy. Stop yourself. I'm going to expect you to try and deflect, and I'm going to be ready for that. I won't expect you to acknowledge me. Now, I want you to pause the video, take a few moments, and think about how you might respond using a reflective listening sentence. Again, just one sentence, no advice, no arguments, no excuses. I'll be here. All right, how do you think you did? You might have said something like, "I get it, I hear you. It sounds like you felt abandoned by me when you needed my help the most." Or, "That's got to be so frustrating for you to need my help and then not get it." It helps to open up a conversation where they can actually hear you. You aren't apologizing, unless of course you want to or need to. You're just letting them know that you heard them. This skill takes practice, but remember, it's just one sentence long. You're choosing a starter, whatever emotion it is that you think I'm feeling, and then you're paraphrasing why. Nothing works all the time, and some people just love to fight. It's gonna feel stiff or robotic at first using this, but eventually it becomes automatic. Sometimes your significant other, your coworker, your friend, They might be confused by the use of the new language, but I find that it's best to just tell them that you're trying something new to show them that you care about them and you care about what they have to say, and you want to listen to them better. Using these skills always have a better chance of de-escalating a situation more than fighting back, ignoring the person, or antagonizing them. This skill has saved me so much time and energy in my relationships, has saved my life and others' lives in crisis situations in my work. I hope you get as much use out of it as I have. If you like this and you want more, check us out at redkiteproject.com. Good luck and rise above.